No problem. How's it going, Spawn?
Feeling pretty good.
I bet you just won the freaking tournament 3-2 over your friend and teammate aciesSpawn. How were you feeling after that win? I mean, that was a pretty long series, and it's pretty late into the night.
Yeah, it is 1 a.m., isn't it? Well, I was not expecting him to GG so early out of that game. I know 6-8 is kind of all-in-ish, but you can still pull through it, and I pulled a lot of drones to defend that.
Yes, by no means was he out of that game. He actually did that twice. We felt in the first game as well. He was not quite out of the game yet. Did that kind of affect your mentality at all when he GG'd out of that first game? I don't know if you can remember all the way back then. That was like an hour and a half ago, but that was crazy.
Yeah, I can't remember that far back.
Well, yeah, you pushed in with roaches and queens, and you killed his He had really bad force fields. Force field around your roaches. You had zealots, or he had zealots, and he force fielded around your roaches, and your roaches just sort of steamrolled him.
Roaches do tend to steamroll a lot of stuff.
Right, yeah, that game.
Okay, well, we know that you took a quick 2-0 in this series and then lost the next 2 games. Were you ever really afraid that Pure was just going to be able to 4-0 you after you took those first 2 games?
After that first game, I was worried he was going to keep doing an all-in-ish kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a 3-gate expand, frankly, and I scouted wrong. So I was completely surprised at that, and that is why I lost that game.
That is completely legitimate. You did a very nice job climbing your way through all the brackets. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the people you had to take out. If I could get the website up real fast here. Let's see. Where are you? You took out Spencer, who I know is a lower level Zerg, Rafflestomped, who was a random player, and you had to actually end up playing aciesSpawn twice. Out of all your games, all your matchups, can you recall any one specific one that was the hardest for you?
The hardest was definitely the one where I was doing multi-prong attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I was flying all over the place. That was scary to the end. I thought I was not going to win that one at the end.
That was a very... Are you talking about the second game in your first series against aciesSpawn where you were doing Nidus attacks and everything?
Yes.
Yes, that was an excellent game. That was actually one of my favorite games of the night, just because I got to see a Nidus network, and you don't get to see that all that often.
It's a little bit underused, and it's still a viable strategy, I feel.
Definitely underused. Definitely able to catch him off guard with that, and I think that was really kind of your forte, was catching him off guard so much, and you just really seemed to have his style nailed down and what you wanted to do against that style. I really liked your Spanishiwa-esque sort of build, taking all the gases at once at about 44 supply. That was a very hammered opening for you. Do you practice that one pretty often?
It's my go-to build for Protoss, and occasionally Terran too. Depends if I hatch first in ZVT. Fair
enough. Sleepercells, do you have any further questions for him here?
Well, if we do look at the chat, it looks like we do have a question coming in from Gnostics. He says, America wants to know, what will you do with your prize money?
I have no idea.
All of those.
And there's the
bucks.
answer.
Well,
probably spend it on Pie Wednesday.
Hey, that is completely legitimate. Village Inn, free Pie Wednesday, buy a cup of coffee or something, get a free slice of pie. aciesSpawn, do you have anything that you would like to say to everybody out there? And this will be a VOD, so there will be more than the 2 people watching right now, listening to this probably.
I want to thank everyone who rooted for me during this tournament and supported me both in practice games and everywhere else.
That is a true line of a winner right there. aciesSpawn, thank you very much for playing all the way through this tournament, all the way up until 1:15 in the morning. We really, really appreciate having you here. You had a great run, and I hope that you'll continue to come back to Amateur Attack. Hope that you'll continue to guest cast with me. You did a great job last night, and I hope that in the future you'll compete in more of our tournaments.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, that was aciesSpawn, who was our winner of the first CoffeeCast Open. Sleepercells, I know that you weren't around the entire time, but do you have anything else you'd like to say about all this?
Excellent first tournament, although I do have to say, wasn't the first winner.
Wasn't the first winner? Who was the first winner?
Dude, you don't remember that LAN tournament?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank
Just
you
kidding.
so much for joining me here on the Coffee Cast. You guys have diligently stuck through so many games. It is 1:15 in the morning, and I totally appreciate your allegiance here. I hope that you will continue to join me for the Coffee Cast on Mondays and Fridays, which will be my live professional casts, and on Thursdays at 8 o'clock, which will be my amateur attacks. Sleeper, do you have any closing statements?
We should totally follow him on Twitter. It's at Ben_coffee, I believe.
I have a Twitter. I think it's Ben_coffee break. I will go ahead and check that real fast here. Also, follow me on Facebook. Just type in coffee break with an O. You can find me pretty easily that way. On Twitter, I am Ben_coffee break with a 0. And lastly, go to YouTube/user/coffee break with an O951. Once again, that is coffee break with an O951. That is my YouTube channel where all of these VODs will be going on. Sleepercells, do you have anything you want me to plug for you?
I mean, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. It's Stim Sleeper, of course, from my my particular profession, Stim TV. You guys can check that out if you feel like it. I mean, that'd be awesome.
You guys totally should. They have a lot of great stuff going on for them, and they should be getting right back up with the New Year's. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining me here on the Coffee Cast. You guys are the reason I continue to do all this. And until next time, this is Coffee Break, signing out.
Bye, guys.